Hey, good morning everyone. So this is Ansh and today we are going to start with our next topic, that is discussing about some physical files, and one of the most important file is the parameter files. So today our topic is parameter file. So let me open my document regarding the parameter files. So in parameter file we have two types of initialization parameter file, that is number one is the P file and number two is the SP file. So first of all, you should be knowing that what is the importance and what are the type of files is this. So the P file is in text format. Even all the parameters related to the database, whether it is the parameter which is dynamic in nature or static in nature, or you want to change the parameter like you're changing the size of the shared pool, size of the SGA, PGA components, or you want to make changes in some other parameters like database unique name, database name, and all that thing. So you have to modify it in the P file as well. If you are changing the control file in during the ref copy refresh or a full copy rman refresh, so on that scenario also you have to modify P file to make the database in working condition. So it's a very important file, P file and SP file, and it is very important because whenever you are going to start your database, the first file which will be fetched out will be the initialization parameter file. And among initialization parameter file, the file which is very important and which can be read first will be the SP file, server parameter file, because this is dynamic in nature. You can't go and edit it via editor. No, if this file is binary in nature or it is in dynamic in nature, not dynamic, this contains dynamic and static both. But remember one thing, this file is binary in nature, so we can't do vi editor utilization here and we can modify SP file. No, it is not that case. What we have to do, we have to alter or change this parameter with this alter command, alter system set, and we have to change the parameter, what parameter we are going to change now. So in this scenario we have two type of files, one is P file and other is SP file. So the first difference you should understand about that is the P file is a text file and the SP file is a binary file. And the second difference which you can take an outcome is the P file can be modifiable by DBA by using a text editor, but SP file cannot be modifiable with the VI editor. It can be only modified with the alter commands. So these are two main difference between the P file and SP file. And if you are asking that, okay, whenever you are creating a database, these files can be generated in our server. So what is the physical location, as these are the physical files? So the physical location will be, you should know here that it is under Oracle home/dbs. So this is the location where this file resides. Along with SP file, P file, this password file is also residing under this location, under Oracle home/dbs. Today we will let you know how to differentiate and all that thing. This is a very important file. And regarding P file and SP file, you will say, okay, it is present under Oracle home and dbs, but how to differentiate both the file? If we have P file and SP file located in the server, so how to differentiate it? So the naming convention of P file will be starting with init sid.ora, and for SP file it should be SPFILE sid.ora. If you are saying that, okay, this is init sid.ora, that means this is the P file, but to differentiate SP file, it should be starting with SPFILE sid.ora. Suppose your database instance SID or your database name is SHA. So the P file and SP file for this SHA will look like something like this: init SHA.ora, and for SP file SPFILE SHA.ora. So these are the basic difference, how to identify both the files, and the contents which resides under P file will be same as which is present in the SP file, but the difference is that SP file is binary and P file is text file. That's it, nothing more than that. And what are the contents that resides under this? These are the default contents which is already present under init.ora. Don't get confused with init.ora and init sid.ora. Our main initialization parameter file will be init sid.ora for a specific instance, but init.ora, you can see this file also, in the same location under Oracle Home DBS, because these are the default file. This is the default file consisting some important parameters like database name, memory target, process, DB block size, and all that. To understand on the ground basis, you should know each and every parameter significance. What is the parameter name and what's role and responsibility of that. So it's better to know each and every parameter's functionality. But remember, if you are seeing that init.ora file is there, then don't think that okay, this is the initialization parameter file. Yeah, it is a file, but it is a default file which can't be used, which we cannot use, because there are some additional parameters also that is required to start a database instance. So if you are viewing this file init sid.ora, then only you can understand okay, this is the parameter file for particular SID. So the location will be same, and the PFILE default name will be init sid.ora, which I have already mentioned. SPFILE name is also SPFILE sid.ora. The home location will be the Oracle Home under DBS. So these are the few things about the initialization parameter file. Now coming to the creation of parameter file, or you can say if you have SPFILE running in your database server, from SPFILE you can create a PFILE, because the same information which is residing in SPFILE, which is in binary nature, you can convert it into PFILE, and you can just do manually edit, and you can change the parameters. Even you can do like this also. If PFILE is up and running with the database, so you can create SPFILE accordingly with this PFILE. If PFILE is in the place and PFILE is being used and database has been started with the PFILE, so you can create a SPFILE accordingly. And you will say, okay, if we'll create a PFILE from SPFILE, what will be the command? The command is pretty much simple. You have to log into the SQL prompt, and you have to just trigger a command, create PFILE from SPFILE. That's it. But remember, if you are creating and you are firing this command, you can fire anytime, like before the database startup and after database startup also you can create this file. But remember one thing, you have set the correct environment of the database. If the environment is set correctly for a specific database, then the parameter file, the PFILE of that particular instance will be copied to the SPFILE. And the default location will be same. If you are creating like this, the default location will be same as the Oracle Home DBS. If you don't want to create the PFILE in the default location, you can easily use the command along with the location, like create PFILE, and you have to mention the location like this one. Create SPFILE or PFILE, you can use anything. You can mention the location along with the PFILE name, SPFILE name, and from PFILE. This is also a way how you can create a PFILE and SPFILE. We'll do the practical sessions. It will be it will give more clarity on that. So moving forward with some of the theoretical part, that there are two kind of initialization parameter file. One is dynamic initialization parameter file and one other is static. So what happens in dynamic? Dynamic can be changed for the current Oracle database. That means the changes can be effect immediately. Suppose if you have altered some parameter, the effect will be then and there only. But in some of the cases, like static parameter, it cannot be changed for a current instance. Whenever you are altering also that parameter, you have to reboot your database. You have to bounce your database once again, because the effect, the changes which you have made for the static parameter, it should require a DB bounce back. Means DB restart again. Once DB will be restarted, the changes which you have made to the initialization parameter file, the static parameter one, will be in effect then and there. So remember, for dynamic parameter, if you are changing with using alter command, you don't have to worry so much, because the changes will be effected immediately. But in case of static parameters, the changes can't be showcased instantly. You have to bounce your database once again. So we can change these parameters by the same alter system set command. If you want to set the SGA size, so there must be a parameter known as shared pool or SGA. So you want to change the SGA size, so you have to first of all validate what is the size of the parameter. So show parameter, SGA. If you will fire this command, the list of SGA parameters will be displayed. And suppose the SGA underscore size is a parameter whose size is 2 GB. And if you want to modify it to 3G, so what to do? How to alter the parameter? Alter system set the parameter name SG underscore size and the size which we want to modify, 3 GB. So with the help of these few things, we can alter the parameters. And now you will be saying that okay, we got the point. We can alter the parameters and we can check the parameters of the SPFILE via show parameter and the parameter name. But can you let me know how to differentiate between the dynamic and static parameters? Yes, there is a way. There is n number of methods from where you can identify which are the dynamic parameters and which are the static parameter. And the easiest way a DBA should go through with the $$ parameter view. With the help of $$ parameter view, you can be identifying that which and all parameters are modifiable and which and all parameters are non-modifiable. I will let you know in the practical sessions. It will be very easy for you guys to understand. Moving forward, these are the 3 cases. The scope 1. These are the clause whenever you are doing some changes in the parameters with the alter system set statement. Then you have to mention some of the clause like scope equal to SPFILE, scope equal to memory, scope equal to both. What does this mean? Suppose if you are changing a parameter like alter system set SGA size equal to 2 GB. Okay, so this is the thing which we are doing. But if you want to make the changes in particular sections, like you want to change only in the SPFILE, then you have to mention scope equal to SPFILE. If you are mentioning scope equal to SPFILE, that means no changes. The changes which you are doing will not be in the effect of the current instance, because for the both dynamic and static parameter, the change is effective from the next startup and the change will be persistent. If you are mentioning scope equal to SPFILE, the changes will be made, but you won't be viewing the changes what you have made at the particular instance. For making it effective, you have to bounce your database. Similar thing for the memory also. If you are changing some parameter and if you are viewing it with the show parameter SGA, suppose in scope equal to SPFILE, you have altered this parameter. And now if you will view, and earlier parameter was 3 GB, and now you are viewing with the show parameter command, you will see only 2 gigs or 3 gigs only. Why it is so? Because this is a dynamic parameter, and when changing this parameter, you must bounce your database. So once you bounce your database, one database is restarted, the parameter will be effective and you will see 2 gigs. So these are the parameters via which we can change. And how to identify that this parameter SGA size, if you are changing SGA size, this database bounce back is required or not, we can get all the information with the help of $$ parameters. Whether the parameter is this modifiable, means you want a reboot, or which parameter don't require reboot, that all things you will be getting here. Same thing, instead of SPFILE, if you will use memory, in this case what happens, the changes which you are making will be displayed. Suppose if you have used scope equal to SPFILE and after that you will fire show parameter, the effect will be seen here, 2 gigs, but it is only in the memory to view that you have made the changes. But to make it effective, you have to bounce the database again. And the last thing is scope equal to both. That means you want to make the changes and make it in effect in the SPFILE plus memory. That is what we call as a both. Both means SPFILE plus memory. Means you want to change it in the SPFILE too, as well as you want to display it in the memory. Then you have to use this. But it's not that you are using scope equal to both and you don't require reboot. No. For specific parameters, I am reiterating that for the specific parameters, we should be knowing that which parameter require bounce back. Even you are using scope equal to SPFILE, memory, or both, you must require a DB bounce back on that scenario. So with the help of $$ parameter, we will be able to identify which parameter needs a bounce back and which parameters needs or no bounce back. And this is the way how we can create PFILE from SPFILE, which I have already mentioned. But in the practical section, you guys will be more familiar about the commands and how to trigger the commands. Yeah. Now moving with the backup things. Suppose we have the backup strategy via rman. Rman is a utility tool that is recovery manager. With this, the help of recovery manager, we can take the backup of all physical files. And one of the physical files is parameter file. So under this parameter file, we can take the backup of SPFILE. We can't take the backup of PFILE here. We can take the PFILE backup via cp command. If you want to take the backup of cp, suppose you want to take the backup of init.sha.ora, this initiation parameter file, just take a copy. So you can take the copy of init.sha.ora_bkp. From this, you can take the copy of this. But from the rman utility, if you want to take the backup of parameter file, you can go to rman prompt and you can trigger this command backup SPFILE, and your backup will be initiated. So this is a very simple thing which we'll study in the backup sections. So the last thing, if you want to check the parameters, what and all parameters is effective in the current session, you can use show parameter, which I have repeated multiple times. Like if you want to view any parameters, you can mention that parameter name, or you can just type show parameter, enter in the SQL prompt. You will be listing all the parameters that is present in the SPFILE and for a particular database instance. And to create a PFILE, you should use this create PFILE command. If you want to create SPFILE, you can use the create SPFILE command, and with the help of $parameters, you can use the parameters, list of parameters which is modifiable, which is requiring the database reboot, or which is not requiring the database reboot, and what and all parameters that is present in our database server which we cannot modify. Even there is some parameters which we cannot modify also, that is the restricted parameter. So how to identify that, we will discuss in our later sections in the practical session. So till then, thank you everyone. Bye bye. Have a great day ahead.